As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
One day closer to Christmas. That's what we're all counting down to. Hopefully you got your Christmas shopping done. Today, a phenomenal day to get out and do it. Welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe. And yes, we are assessing a warm forecast, not just for today, but carrying that over into our Tuesday. That's one of the many things here in the room-to-room weather center that we're breaking down. On top of that, yeah, it was warm. We also dealt with some very light and very non-impactful showers. So those minimal showers do continue overnight, becoming a little bit more widespread, but even then impacts are so little. It's basically like they never even happened, right? Well, what we're also looking is Christmas trending drier. So these minimal showers, although non-impactful, they're going to be out of the picture completely once we get into Thursday, our Christmas forecast. A great Christmas gift. So Merry Christmas to everybody here in North Mississippi. And for all of those that are wanting the colder weather, we got to wait a little bit, but coming later on into this 7-day forecast, cooler temps are in that forecast. They are coming. They are right around the corner. It's going to be a good one for sure. So the first 11 p.m., 10% chances, 57 degrees. Look at how uniform these temperatures are overnight. And no, that's not a glitch. That's legit what to expect overnight because with all the moisture in the air, keeps those temperatures at bay and doesn't really allow for much movement. So 57 right now, same temperature heading out the door tomorrow morning. So you go to sleep feeling one way, wake up feeling the same. By the time we get into tomorrow's forecast, though, you do see 20% chances heading out the door. Even those limited chances are going to be non-impactful, so don't exactly head out the door with the umbrella expecting a complete downpour. No, it is still going to be a pretty calm forecast. Speaking of a calm forecast, right now in Crenshaw, 64 degrees. Those winds a little bit breezy, 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the south, but those dew points are the golden number at 61 degrees and showing you that it is still a saturated environment, allowing for a little bit of that moisture to be in the forecast. Now, you might think, well, if there's moisture, then we should expect fog, right? Not exactly, especially down in Greenwood. You see those winds, 13 miles an hour? That works to drive a lot of the moisture and dry up the ground, so not allowing that fog to form, but still we could get those clouds aloft, and that's what we have in Greenwood and all across North Mississippi right now. Dew points still high enough to be saturated, but those winds keeping it from being any type of hazardous commute coming into your Tuesday morning. Now, 66 degrees there. It's 61 degrees in Starkville, still some breezy conditions. Seeing the camera shake a little bit, and that is an unfortunate Christmas for that gentleman or woman down there in Starkville off Highway 12. So hopefully not anything major has happened. Saying our thoughts and prayers, but yeah, not shaping up to be a good Christmas so far. Looking at Mississippi Live Weather Radar, dry as can be, and we were tracking that little bit of moisture. If I clear out of the way, you can see those showers that were once in Noxubee County have worked through Pickens County into Tuscaloosa County and down there around Jefferson County in central Alabama. So for folks out there, might deal with the sprinkler too, but here in North Mississippi, as you can see, not a drop in sight. Let's put this over the last 3 hours since we last saw you guys. And we had very little movement. The only thing that we were watching was that whole mass of showers work their way through Noxubee County, Pickens County, and then Tuscaloosa like we just talked about. A little bit of some isolated coverage up there, Prentiss, Tishomingo, and up there towards Franklin County in Alabama, but still very minimal, and those rainfall accumulations practically nothing. I mean, if we look right here, so one of the things that we can assess whenever we're talking about the rainfall rates is storm tops, and you can get a good look right there. Let's compare that to what we're getting at the top of the screen. That legend, 10,000 feet are those light blues. Exactly what we get with these showers. So there's no vertical development, so that's why there's not larger raindrops, and that's why it's not more significant rainfall. We'll take it. Again, no complaints. And rainfall rate, a great depiction of that as well. I'm going to drag it over to the showers that have since worked through the area, but this can give you a picture of what to expect overnight. I'm going to use my dominant hand there. 0.05 of an inch an hour. Yeah, not going to wake up to a soggy start to your Tuesday. Luckily, these showers are going to be very, very minimal in regards to impact. So our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, jumping to the analysis mode. If we expand things out, we can definitely see that there's some isolated development further towards the south, but even those showers, very light in nature. This is primarily going to be because we are in that warm sector. We're working in those southerly winds like we just saw a moment ago on our North Mississippi Storm Chaser cameras. So all of that moisture being driven into the area, but we also have that warm air being sent in from out west. You saw that Texas was around 80 degrees come Christmas. Yeah. So here in North Mississippi, we're starting to get some of that warmer air filled with that moisture. And my professor told me one thing back when I was in school that I always hold near and dear to my heart. You need two things to make a thunderstorm. You need heat and you need moisture. Have exactly that heading into our forecast overnight. That's why those pop-up showers will continue. So Futurecast, of course, highlighting that. I think it's a little bit aggressive on the coverage, but it does show at least a few showers overnight, and I think that's a realistic expectation, especially since we are continuing to be in the warm sector. So 3 a.m., very minimal in coverage, but those do continue overnight, becoming a bit more widespread during our 5 and 6 o'clock hours. So getting an early start to your Tuesday, trying to beat the lines at Walmart. Don't blame me there, but it is going to be a little bit more saturated start because of those showers working their way through the region. The later in the day that we go, this cold front works to build in some of that drier air and will result in some drier conditions by our Tuesday afternoon and especially by our Tuesday evening. So that's one of the things that we're going to continue to look at in just a moment. But you can see that with the percentages, 6 a.m., 20%. By the time we get into our afternoon forecast, practically nothing. And even then, cloud cover starts to recede as well, with mostly clear skies by 6 o'clock and continuing into 9 and those overnight hours and into your Christmas Eve. Can you believe it? Christmas Eve is right around the corner, and I know several folks needing some last-minute items, and we'll have that breakdown of the forecast coming up in 60 seconds, talking about your Tuesday, your Christmas Eve, and your Christmas Day, breaking down that entire forecast live from the Room to Room Weather Center for Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
If you're a family of 4, 5,
or 6, 7,
Merry Christmas
from
Mississippi Live Weather.
That was good.
I think that was the one.
Okay.
Go.
oh, you guys didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
Well, welcome in here to Mississippi Live Weather, just assessing things behind the scenes and really not much to see in the skies other than that cloud cover. 64 degrees in Panola County around Batesville, and those dew points remain in the low 60s as well, showing a saturated environment. We expect that to continue overnight, but like we talked about a moment ago, fog, not exactly a concern because of how breezy conditions are at the surface. 9 miles an hour in Batesville, and if we jump over a little bit outside of there, Macon, oh yeah, a little bit outside of there, a lot of bit, should I say, Macon 59 degrees. I think those winds are a false reading there because it is breezy across the board here in North Mississippi. Dew point at 54, so we are going to get a little bit of that cloud cover aloft, and that blanket of clouds continues to be expected into those overnight hours. Yeah, I mean, if we jump one county north, Lowndes County, Columbus, 15 miles an hour. So yeah, Macon has a breeze. That reporting station just struggling with that part a little bit. 61 degrees though, dew point 57. But you notice no batch of fog, and that's what we continue to expect overnight. It does look like a little bit of those slick roadways where those showers worked on through, but I mean, even then, not impactful, not exactly hindering these drivers that are heading home from a busy, busy Monday. But don't worry, those busy conditions do continue into your Tuesday because it is Christmas week. So what do we need to know heading out the door if we're heading out tonight? Well, it's dry right now. Those showers that worked through the area a little bit ago, no longer a concern because they are now in Jefferson County, right around the Birmingham area in Alabama. So rainfall totals, if we track that out, of course, going to show very, very little, but I still feel like it's worth noting what exactly we saw. So over there in Tuscaloosa County, that is an accurate reading. 0.02 of an inch. So not exactly something to measure. We do see a little bit of some dots around Pickens County. Dots being just very minimal accumulating rainfall, still 200s. And then if we jump up around Tippah County, still that same amount. And I see some around 72. But it's just hard to get a reading on some of these because they are so minimal. The measurement's not exactly coming through. So that'll continue to be in place overnight, should I say. So for folks that are looking to head out and about this evening or early tomorrow morning, and you do see that there is some rain chances in the forecast, don't exactly expect anything too impactful. You'll be good to go still. Now, we do track those rain rates out there towards just outside of Jefferson County, and we can see, well, there's a little bit higher, 12 hundredths of an inch an hour. Yeah, we're picking and choosing our battles right now because there's just nothing to talk about whenever we're talking about rainfall because it has been so minimal. So day planner tonight, I talked about those rain chances, 10 to 20% overnight. I do expect a little bit of an increase in coverage as we head into those early morning hours of our Tuesday, but an increase in coverage is 10 to 20%. Temperature-wise, though, it is going to be mild because of all that moisture in the air remaining right around that 56 to 57 degree range. So again, it's going to be comfortable temperature-wise. Just might have to deal with a few sprinkles here and there. So Tuesday morning, this is early morning, around midnight, we'll see those showers start to develop. But watch how this increases in coverage just a bit. And that'll really take place beyond that 2 o'clock hour on the backside right here as it just gradually builds right over the top of North Mississippi. What you don't see is anything pick up, any yellows or reds. Pick up in intensity, should I say. No yellows or reds showing up, meaning that rainfall rate not exactly going to increase. So still about a couple hundredths to a tenth of an inch as we head into those overnight hours. I do expect a little bit of an increase right there along the state line, but even then I'm picking and choosing my battles because it's still not overly impressive in those returns. So looking at our low temperatures Tuesday morning, going to be in the mid 50s for Tupelo, Amory, Columbus, jumping further out west, 59 Grenada, 56 Water Valley, 58 around Senatobia, and 61 Clarksdale and Cleveland. So we say mild for sure. Maybe I will take wind chill out tomorrow. I hope. I'm so sorry that airs again. But let's go ahead and get back into Futurecast. And I'm going to zoom things out here real quick because you get the picture. There's light showers for the start of our Tuesday and very sporadic development. It's not going to be uniform distribution. So tracking it out a little bit on the harder side. So I would say if you're heading out the door and you live in North Mississippi tomorrow morning, just have an umbrella in the back seat to be on the safe side. Beyond that forecast, though, we're talking Tuesday late into the morning and early afternoon. You see this cold front that's moving further into the region. Now, this cold front is actually going to be attached to some drier air. That's building back behind it. So once this front fully clears North Mississippi, we do expect a lot of these showers to recede and some drier air to be moved in. That's not going to happen quickly. It's going to be a gradual change as we work through our Tuesday afternoon. Those showers become dissipated, lighter in nature, and then pretty much non-existent into those late hours of our Tuesday and transitioning into our Wednesday. So looking at those high temperatures Tuesday, again, going to be mild, going to be comfortable for this time of year. I mean, guys, we're talking December 23rd and temperatures are in the low 70s. Wrap your mind around that. Be grateful for that. 74 Houston, Amory, Columbus, and Starkville. 71 Cleveland, Clarksdale, and 69 Senatobia, Southaven, Holly Springs, and Booneville. Let's keep that Futurecast moving. And of course, we're talking about that limited amount of moisture into those overnight hours. And we said it was going to be even lighter than before. Yeah, those greens basically transparent at this point. So if we zoom things out, a lot of that moisture being driven further out there towards the east and the northeast. So those showers not exactly going to be our story moving into our Wednesday. Now, one of the things that it will show you, and it's a little bit misleading, so I apologize for that, is the fact that we are still going to get some greens popping up. But those lighter greens that pop up are going to be what we'd call elevated moisture, meaning it's not reaching all the way to the surface. So a lot of that is not going to be what we call precipitation. It's just going to be elevated moisture. That can be in the form of clouds or even the form of some what we call virga, not exactly reaching all the way to the surface. That's by 3 a.m. on your Wednesday. Maybe a sprinkle or two, not an impossibility, but rain chances right now around 10% due to that light nature that it'll be falling in. So by 9 a.m. Wednesday, you're still getting a large part of that green, but these lighter greens are going to be the main story, and that's going to, again, remain elevated. So Wednesday afternoon into your Christmas Eve services, even those elevated showers clearing out of the region, and we're making way for some drier conditions for our Wednesday evening. Perfect timing for those Christmas Eve services, but Christmas Eve services, I'm going to say one thing, shorts and a t-shirt. Look at these temperatures. We're talking low to mid 70s. 75 Columbus, Kosciuszko, Belzona, and Greenwood. 75 Bruce, Houston, and Grenada. 73 Oxford, New Albany, Tupelo. 70 Iuka and Red Bay. So 70s across the board. It's going to be warm. It's going to be far from our normal this time of year. But hey, no one's complaining about that. 70, what's the picture perfect forecast? Was it sunny and 75? going to be your Wednesday. In summary, once those showers clear out. So today, 60, gradually climbing into your Wednesday and Thursday, your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and then remaining in the mid-70s by Friday and Saturday. But then we get our next weather maker, and significant weather maker, dropping those temperatures Sunday, but really dropping it by Monday. And high temperatures, of course, telling the story. Low temperatures really showing you what to expect. Go ahead and look at this trend. Mid to upper 50s all throughout the week, all throughout your Christmas week. And then as soon as we're transitioning into 2026, they remember, oh yeah, it's winter. We got to be cold, right? So it drops all the way down to the mid 30s by Monday morning. So those New Year's Eve celebrations going to be different from those Christmas Eve plans because the temperatures are going to be a night and day difference. Tuesday, limited moisture, but climbing to 72 degrees. Wednesday, again, you see those 70s sticking around, but dry forecast ahead. Wednesday, 10% coverage, but then Christmas, Friday, and your Saturday all looking dry and good to go. Sunday, we do see some scattered chances in that forecast, and that's going to be that frontal system moving on through, dropping those temperatures to the mid-60s Sunday, dropping all the way to the upper 40s by Monday. But again, Monday morning, going to be in the mid-30s. Not going to be a shock at all if by Tuesday morning we're sitting sub-freezing once again. So, gotta love Mississippi weather, right? Always a story when it comes to these temperatures. So I am... Keeps me on my toes for sure, and the whole team here at Mississippi Live Weather. I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody in the chat. I know that we are right around the corner, and I know that there's still a lot of shopping that needs to get done. So if you have not done your shopping, still time to, and still a good forecast to do it. I'll be honest, I went to Walmart tonight. I hope they restock here soon because those shelves were getting pretty thin. So tomorrow, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and get what you need to done before those shelves fully get taken. But for 4 people earlier today, they got a little early Christmas present. That was Jaden Turner, Veronica Trimble, Nancy Cranford, and Tammy Turner. They got the ice skating tickets that we did a giveaway for here at Mississippi Live Weather. And again, if you are any of those 4 people or know of those 4 people, please let them know that they are winners and they need to accept their tickets by this Friday at 6 p.m. Beyond that, we'll do a redraw depending on how many tickets are still left standing, and we'll do that at the 6 o'clock broadcast on Friday. But as of right now, we do have 4 winners, and we hope that they get claimed because you guys went through the whole submission process, got to reap your reward. So come up to the station and come say hey and grab your tickets and enjoy a day on the rink. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Mississippi Live Weather app, if you don't already have it, go ahead and download that today, iOS and Android, and it lets you know, hey, when those showers are moving into the area. We were on a trip earlier this weekend, and it told me that there were showers at the house. Sure enough, looked on the ring camera. Sure enough, there was some showers in the area. So keeps me alerted, keeps my family alerted, and it's one of those layers of protection that can keep you safe whenever it's more than rainfall, whenever it's some thunderstorms, or the potential for severe weather. But that's not going to be the case anytime soon. We're talking about a dry pattern heading into our Christmas, but an abnormally warm pattern as well. That's coming up at 6:37 and 7:30 on your Tuesday morning. And then as we take a look at that forecast extending into your Christmas Eve, we'll have a better detail of that forecast at 5, 6, and 10 on your Tuesday evening. We cannot wait to see you guys there. Until then, you guys have a terrific Tuesday, and of course, have a Merry Christmas ahead.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.